What is going on YouTube? Hitter back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at TRX, Tron, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and if we have time, the S&P 500. As you guys know, we started Tron this week, and next week we are going to be doing a different cryptocurrency of your choice. So definitely make sure to comment your favorite crypto or altcoin in the comments down below, and I'll be picking one to review for all of next week's videos. Now, to jump into what we're going to be looking at today, I actually have some pretty remarkable news. So as we know, yesterday we saw some very interesting movements where prices actually managed to break through resistance the other day on our major descending fractals and lower high movements, and we actually broke through these resistance on pretty much most of the major altcoins and Bitcoin and shot up to what appears to be a higher level. The great thing is seeing this run is pretty much showing signs of us possibly going back up to retest all-time highs, breaking through that and heading even higher. So some pretty crazy things are coming for the market. Definitely make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Turn on post notifications. Leave a giant thumbs up as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can DM me over there. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm on the current coin market cap, and a quick refresh of the charts would show that we're seeing some pretty good movements across the board. Bitcoin up 1.5%. We have Ethereum up 4%, Binance Coin up 7%, and some of the other coins are pretty much just free floating right now. XRP is up only 2%, but we look okay. Majority of the market is up 2.5%, and we are starting to look okay. I just want to show you guys a quick lapse of all the different cryptos. You can see XRP right here where we're at. You have Ethereum, Bitcoin, Tron, which we're going to draw in a minute, and the S&P 500, which looks okay. Yesterday really was not that helpful in regards to figuring out whether or not we were breaking through our all-time highs again, but we are definitely headed back up, which is just a great sign. So diving into XRP, this is big news, guys. I mean, we actually managed to break slightly today's candle above resistance. This is a very good sign, and I'm honestly going to swing more to the side that we're probably going to be closing today's candle above this resistance level. We're currently trading at 57 cents. This was a resistance that we have been talking about for a long time that we've needed to break through and battle, because over and over again we had downtrend and resistance line at around 56 cents. So we needed more of a break to 57 to close. And we've seen over the past week major wicks that have shot us up above there and then receded all the way back down. So we really don't want to, buy into the bait here and, capitalize or try to capitalize off a run that immediately wicks back down by the end of the day. So very, very, very hard to make money in a movement like that. But for right now, we are starting to see prices move back outside of the downtrend, which is just ultimately a great sign, and we'll see how tonight closes. Ultimately, I'm getting a very bullish vibe on most of these altcoins, which is definitely a very good sign. We can even see here, let's go to XRP. If I pull this up really quickly, there we go. So you can see with XRP where the price is currently sitting at. We did have a resistance right at 57 cents. That's pretty much what we've been looking at. Resistance across the board right at 57. I'll draw the line right here. So the fact that we're, we can even say that we're breaking through and starting to head above these resistances is just a very good sign, and overall it would allow us to probably start to retest 63 cents at a top, and that's where I'm thinking of. Now, if you guys don't have Bityard, I did link Bityard in the description. This is pretty much where I've been actually doing all of my trades and how I capitalize off my runs. It's the best exchange that I've found that pretty much has everything you could want right now. A demo account, a live account. We have tons of cryptocurrencies, buying long, selling short, stop losses, everything across the board like that. So definitely make sure to check that out, as I did link it in the description, and I believe they're offering a $50 sign-up bonus, which is linked down below. So definitely make sure to check that out. Otherwise, moving on, if you guys are interested in learning where my trades are, I did link that in the description as well on my Patreon. Patreon is where I post all of my trades, telling you guys when I'm buying in, when I'm selling short, and so on and so forth. It's pretty much the time that you guys have been asking for all the time. Instead of using Bityard for copy trades, I use Patreon specifically, as well as my Discord, and that's all linked on my Patreon, so definitely make sure to check that out. Now, moving on to the way these other cryptos are trading, we have Ethereum and Bitcoin that look to me, the most popular. So with Ethereum, yesterday was pretty much just a slight bubble. We saw a major resistance that we've been retesting for quite some time, which was 1780. And we discussed that if we close above this resistance here and above this, support line at this point, it would allow us to eventually start to head up higher and retest all-time highs. To my surprise, we actually managed to do so. We actually are starting to break up past our prior lows, which is something that I honestly never expected or anticipated. Now, I'm starting to see why we're starting to get the uptrend. I mean, it was really just something all across the board that I was not anticipating. I mean, we could start this. You could kind of see how some sort of pattern would move towards. You can see how you can use this maybe as a means of uptrend that helps us slowly, move ourselves upwards. I just want to delete some of these charts because it's definitely going to get confusing for some. But you can see right here what I'm referring to. So you can see, let's get rid of this, the slight uptrend that's on the coin. You can see how we kind of bounce off support over time. 1, 2, 3. This is 4 confirmations of some sort of major, ascending triangle that really none of us were anticipating or thinking of. So this ultimately pulls itself out, ends in about mid-May, but you can see the consolidation. It is a very viable support with 1, 2, 3, and now 4 confirmations. And I did not notice this in the past. I didn't even notice it on Bitcoin until yesterday. So I did draw it out. But ultimately, when we look at it like this, we are still setting higher lows. We are still creating these higher low formations, which is ultimately a very good sign that could pretty much lead us back to the all-time highs. So let me remove that real quick. Now, ultimately, what we're looking for is probably another retest of 1955. So really what I'm seeing right now is there's a good chance by the end of, I'd say, mid-May. I'd say by mid-May easy, we're going to be back up probably earlier, retesting all-time highs again, and eventually blasting through that to create a newer high and a newer all-time high. So I'm very excited to see how this market's panning out. You can see every time we've had multiple, support levels and multiple confirmations of a higher low formation moving us to the upside. I honestly did not notice this at all. A lot of you guys have been DMing me your charts on XRP. On Instagram about XRP, which I haven't responded to yet, but I did read them all. So just bear with me in a moment. I've been fairly busy, but I do believe that the uptrend is here, and it was just unnoticed and went right by my shoulders. But you can see the uptrend is going to allow us to eventually climb, break through here. We may see consolidation. It very well could send us into 2 weeks of consolidation, which isn't a bad thing, but it could send us all the way back up at some point to 1955, the all-time highs. It could be sooner. It could be by mid, or if the first week in April, we could retest all-time highs. Same thing applies itself with Bitcoin. The uptrend is in. The bull market is confirmed. We are still setting these higher lows, even though we have these small rallies like you see. They immediately come back down, retest bottom support, and then head back up again. I did not realize when we were first talking about this a couple of days ago, like 4 or 5 days ago, where this bottom was. I was just considering it a descending fractal, which was accurate, but I didn't realize that there was a bottom. Now that we found a bottom, there's a good chance, especially with where the price is right now, we're going to be headed up to retest all-time highs extremely soon. And then until then, we'll have an uptrend and a means of bottom for us to buy in at if we ever come back down to retest support. So I do believe Bitcoin, Ethereum are going to be going back up to retest all-time highs very soon. And I even believe that XRP is going to be headed back up, probably to retest 63 cents, the mouth of the opening. So 63 cents, everything's looking very bullish for April right now. I'm actually very hyped. Most of March, at least since here, the mid of March, we had just a roller coaster of downtrend, which I know wasn't that exciting for some of us. The first week of March, we had a bull run all the way up to all-time highs, and then the half of March, the other half, the second half of March, was just a downtrend all the way to the bottom. So moving on to Tron, guys. Tron, a cryptocurrency that you guys have asked for to review, some of you. Yesterday we focused on looking at the daily charts. Really wasn't that great. I don't want to hate on some of my Tron hodlers out there, but Tron is definitely a coin that there's still possibility with, as with all the cryptos. But just looking at the way it's trending right now, it's definitely going to be a harder one to graph. It's odd that even Tron has the same peculiar uptrend that Bitcoin and Ethereum have as well. Even though Tron is on its 4-hour chart, still very odd. So we just drew this this uptrend to the top. I want to start drawing resistances, capping resistances here. I might switch to the daily to get a better view. You can see the uptrend slowly swinging us up, and then horizontal resistances would be probably closer to, honestly, where it is, and then even higher. It's definitely a tough one. It might not even be valid on the daily. We're going to have to use the 4 hour. This is a tough one. I mean, obviously we have bottom supports, but in regards to top supports, it's a little bit trickier. But I'm just going to draw these out for you guys. Something along the lines of this is kind of where I'm seeing, support levels. It makes kind of sense where the top of the resistance is, where we've wicked lower, our uptrend, and retesting the moving average right now. We are starting to reverse downwards, which isn't a good sign for this coin. So let's see whether or not we get rejected from the moving average here in the next couple of days. It is very possible we could see rejection immediately off of retesting the moving average after we are battling the overbought market. And we look okay on the MACD. That's the only good sign. But this could, tempt us to pull back down lower. Now looking at Tron on the coin market cap, let's type in TRX. Tron is trading at number 24. We're up 10% across the board. Up about 1.5%. We look okay, but it kind of looks like the way some of these markets are forming. So Tron kind of has more aggressive lines, but there is still that dip, and then this is a subtle run to the upside while Tron wasn't. Tron was an immediate spike upwards. So we might see, if Bitcoin and Ethereum actually pump to the upside, we might actually see Tron slowly follow suit. And if we see those alts, or Bitcoin and the alts move up, we'll probably see Tron move up to retest its top resistance here. Now for the S&P 500, we look okay, retesting all-time highs, so we don't look too bad. But I do think we're set right now to continue to run even higher. We're going to probably set new all-time highs by the end of this week. Otherwise, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, as this does help support the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.